Happy Saturday, everybody. Today we're going to talk about one of my all-time favorite topics, which is achieving a radiant, beautiful, glowing skin in midlife, which is not easy for us that are in midlife, because I don't know about you ladies, but as I've aged, so this is 49, just turned 49. What was it? Well, on the 27th, I turned 49. When you guys jump on, say hello, let me know where you are watching from. Today, we're going to talk all about a few tips. I've got 3 tips for you on achieving radiant skin, whether you're wearing makeup or whether you're not wearing makeup. So if you're interested in my tips, comment skin in the comments below. I'll send you over the information that we're talking about here today. But hey guys, hey Kathy from Ohio, how are you? Let me know where you guys are watching from. Hey from South Africa. Yes, Michael, 49. I don't know how the heck this happened, but yes, 49. Hey from Mexico. Hey from, is that Carson, California? I think that's Carson, California. Hey, how's it going? Okay, guys. So if you were catching up with my stories, if you follow me, first, I just want to say thank you. Yesterday, I was having kind of a blah day. I was feeling uninspired, unmotivated, and really a little bit tired. I loved hearing all of your feedback and your well wishes and all the things. But today, I woke up feeling refreshed and ready to go. And one of the things that I wanted to talk about today was achieving that radiant skin with and without makeup, sharing with you some strategies that have helped me. So if you're interested, hey, from Brazil. Okay, so is Saint ready in Mexico? Not yet. So for those of you that are interested in the makeup, the cream makeup solution that I use called Saint, currently, right now, we ship in the US and in Canada. It is coming to the UK, Australia, and Mexico. But stay tuned here. I am told it is this year. This year for Australia and the UK. I think Mexico will follow after that. But always stay tuned. Really need a great new skin regime. Liz Jones, okay, girl. Well, you know what? I'm going to share with you what has been working for me. All right. So if you haven't dropped the word skin in the comments, go ahead and do that. The first thing that I'm going to talk about, so I've got 3 tips for you. All right. The first one I'm going to talk about is a polarizing topic. All right. There are people that are saying, hell to the no, I am not doing this. And then there's the other side of the camp that are like, heck yes, I'm doing this because it works. And that is dermaplaning your face. Ladies, I don't, and if you see, ladies, I do not have a filter on. All I'm doing is filtering out my background because it's not special. So anyways, I'm just filtering out my background. No filters. I have been dermaplaning my face probably for about 10 years now. Maybe it's a little bit less. And I'll give you my backstory, okay? My good girlfriend that I met in university, so we were 18 years old. Colleen, if you're watching, I love you, girl. A number of years back, maybe about 15, she said to me, Erin, you got to start shaving your face because I was complaining that I had all this peach fuzz all over my face, even when I was younger. And it's gotten worse as I got older. So 15 years ago, I said, Colleen, you're crazy. There's no way I'm shaving my face. It's going to grow back darker, faster, thicker, all the things, right? So I laughed at her, to be honest. I laughed at her. I'm like, she crazy. And so I didn't do it. And then fast forward a few years and I start seeing other people talking about dermaplaning their face. And it reminded me of this conversation that I had with my girlfriend, Colleen. And I'm like, heck, it's not just her. She has something that we don't know. The reality is, ladies, women have been dermaplaning their face for years and years, and for good reason. So this is the tool that I use. So I brought the box for you guys. So it's Hydrosilk Dermaplaning Wand. I will, if you comment skin, this is one of the 3 things that I'll send over to you. Yes. Okay, so sorry, I think I missed a message there. that is one of the links that I will send over to you. I just got it on Amazon. I've used a ton. This one is sort of the sharpest that I've used up to this point. I'm not going to show you how I do it today, only because I've already put on my skincare this morning. When I do this, I do it about, this is the question that I get a lot. How many times do you do it? I probably do it about twice a month, sometimes 3 times a month. And I do it with a clean, dry face. Okay. So basically you've got this wand. This particular one comes with replacements. I think it comes with 6 different replacements. And I hold my skin because look, I mean, our skin gets looser, right? So hold your skin taut, and then you're taking the blade like this, and you're keeping it on your skin and little strokes down. Okay. It's going to do a couple of things. Whoops, here's the cap. It's going to do a couple of things. Number one, it's going to remove fine, thin hair. All right. So I get a lot of peach fuzz here along my lip. How many of you in midlife, like, drop it hell yes in the comments if you found like random hairs all across your lips, on your chin. That's always amazing. And I guess a gift to us as we mature. So it's going to take off that peach fuzz and those fine hairs. The other thing that it's going to help to do is slough off any of those dead skin cells, and it really improves how your skin can absorb your skincare. And that's really key as well. So it's not only just about removing the hair, it's about sloughing off the dead skin cells and getting your skin prepped and ready for all of the goodness of your skincare to go into your skin. Okay, so dermaplaning is number one for me. The other thing that I missed is how your application of your makeup, regardless of what type of makeup you use, if you are applying makeup on top of peach fuzz, whatever makeup you use is just going to sit on top of the peach fuzz. If you have a lot of it, I do, right? And so by removing that peach fuzz, you're getting a smoother, more natural, more beautiful makeup finish by removing that peach fuzz. And ladies, so I've been doing this for, what did I say, about 10 years, maybe a little bit less. If all of those, myths as far as hair growing back quicker, faster, darker were true, I would have a full beard. And that is not the case. So listen, take it or leave it. You either like the tip, you don't like the tip. I'm really not up for debate. I'm not here to convince you about something. I'm here to share with you what works for me, what works, frankly, for millions of other women. But if you don't feel comfortable with it, throw it out the door. Take that tip and throw it out the door. Okay. Let me just see if does anybody else dermaplane? Okay. So Yvonne, you said you were skeptical at first, but now I'm hell to the yes. Thank you, Yvonne. I think, Yvonne, we've talked about this before. I recognize your name, and I believe that we've talked about this before. So I've been shaving my face for years. I love it. Makes the makeup go on much more awesome, Judy said. See, we're not alone. I'm not alone. And my girlfriend Colleen was smart. What else here? Okay, so if you're just jumping on, comment skin. I'll send you the links to all. Carolyn says hell to the yes. So Carolyn, you got it too, right, girl? You know the power of dermaplaning your face and the changes that it can make. I shouldn't say changes, the improvement that it makes in both your skin, your makeup application, the absorption of your skincare. And talking about skincare, that is my tip number 2. So I'm going to go really quick through this for those of you that are just catching up or that are new to my page. My daughter does it. She keeps telling me to do it. I was also worried about the hair growing back thicker. Sunny, you know what? Take your daughter's advice. Maybe it's time for you to take her advice versus the mom-daughter role. I'm sure you're used to the opposite, right? So skincare. Number 1, any makeup application any type of makeup is going to apply better to your skin when you have well-hydrated skin and skin that is in really good condition. When I was younger, I took terrible care of my skin. You know that white tub of Nivea cream? Like, that's all I used. And I used it for probably until my early 40s, and I realized it just wasn't cutting it. That same girlfriend, Colleen, would also make fun of me for the fact that I was, all I used was Nivea cream. But what I also didn't do was take care of my skin and protect it from sun damage. So you ladies know, if you've been here for a while, I have significant sun damage from years of spending way too much time in the sun, for years of slathering baby oil or no sunscreen at all. So I'm paying the price now, certainly. So if there's any young girls out there listening, I don't think you are. I don't think the young girls are on this page. But if you are, please take it from this annoying old 49-year-old woman. Put your damn sunscreen on, girl. Anyways, I started with a really great skincare system called Beauty Counter about 5 years ago. I loved it. Most recently, I had 2 personal friends that started a new skincare regime, and it's actually Korean skincare. And I was watching them, and in fact, one of the 2, I didn't know she had changed her skincare, but I'm watching her and I'm like, what is going on with her skin? Like, I was noticing it. It was brighter, it was lighter, it was more radiant. And a few days later, she started talking about this skincare. And I'm like, okay, well, that's it, because I absolutely noticed without her saying anything at all. So I am always up for trying new things. As much as I loved Beauty Counter and it worked for me, right? It hydrated my skin. It made it brighter. It gave me that luminosity and that glow that I really, really love. But seeing these other 2 women, I wondered, okay, well, can I take this a step further? So anyways, this is day 10 of my new skincare routine and regime. The Korean skincare that I'm using is the _1 skincare company in Korea. Recently came to Canada and the US. You may be familiar with Korean skincare. Korean skincare itself is not new to the US. Riman, R-I-M-A-N, is new to Canada and the US, and that's the system that I started using. So it's only day 10. What I will tell you is what I'm experiencing. Number 1, the cleansing process. So I started out with their ritual called the XEX ritual. And if you comment skin in the comments, one of the 3 things that I will send you is my skincare quiz. And I will send you back recommendations within this product that would be perfect for both your budget and for your skin needs. So this is the cleansing. It's double cleansing, which I absolutely love. So this oil I use first. It has not caused my skin to break out at all. It is very hydrating. It helps to loosen up the makeup. And then I go in with the Snow Enzyme Cleanse EX. And these 2 products are cleaning and cleansing my skin much better than what I was experiencing before. And what I was experiencing before with my old routine was good, right? Once I started using that cleansing routine, I'm like, okay, this is different. I'm experiencing something different. So the cleansing, I find, has been a big difference. Number 2, the hydration is far superior than what I was experiencing before. And I'll give you an example. With my old routine, when I went to bed, I always go to bed looking like a glazed donut, right? Lather me up in all the things and let it all soak in overnight. With my old routine, I would wake up and my skin would be fine, but it would not still feel hydrated. That has changed in 10 days. When I use my evening routine with this new skincare, I wake up and my skin still looks radiant and it still feels hydrated. That is change number 2 for me. Change number 3 is a general lightening of my skin. Now, let me be very honest with you. You know I have the sunspot. In 10 days, is my sunspot gone? Of course it is not gone, right? But I am seeing a general lightening of my skin. And it is, as I mentioned, it is feeling more hydrated, more radiant for longer periods of time. So those are some of the amazing changes that I am experiencing. Like I said, I started with the EX package. If you comment skin, I'll send you my skincare guide, and I can send you back recommendations based on your budget and your skin needs. The one product or the one part of the ritual that I really love is they call it Boo Say Boo. I know it sounds crazy. Okay. So this is a booster, a serum, and then you go back in and you boost again. And basically the reason why you use the booster the second time is to seal in this serum. When I use the Boo Say Boo in the morning, I don't even need to use the moisturizer, which is crazy to me because I have very dry skin. So when I use the Boo Say Boo, I don't even need this moisturizer during the day. I do use this at night, get me all lathered up. But the other thing that I notice when I use the moisturizer, let me show you guys this. When I use the moisturizer, I use the smallest amount. That's the other difference. So I probably use, can you guys see that well enough? That's the amount of moisturizer that I use. So you need the smallest amount of this product to get that hydration that I'm talking about. That was not the case before. My moisturizer before, I was just using a lot of it. So I like that I can use less and get more benefits, or at least I'm experiencing those benefits early on. So I think I'm forgetting something. Yes. The two key ingredients within Raymond's Korean skincare that is unique to Raymond is their Jeju Energy Lava Water. So you may see Jeju Energy Lava Water in other Korean skincare. What the other Korean skincare companies do is they actually extract the salt from that water and put the salt into the skincare. Versus what Raymond is doing is actually taking that water, that Jeju Energy water, which has actually been below the bedrock for over 400,000 years in a volcano in Korea. Okay, so they take that water and actually are putting the water into these skincare products. The reason why the other companies extract the salt is it's cheaper to extract the salt and put it within the products versus taking the water itself and putting it into the skincare solution. Okay. The other thing is the giant Byung Pool. You may have heard of Byung Pool in other Korean skincare products, which are all cosmeceutical grade products. The Byung Pool plant is a plant, but giant Byung Pool is unique to Raymond. And the benefits of what they have found with the giant Byung Pool far outreaching some of the performance of just traditional Byung Pool. So anyways, I could go on for days about all of those details. If you want more, just comment skin. I'll share with you some more information. I'd love to share with you. So that is tip number 2, skincare. But listen, ladies, if you guys are loving your skincare that you're using right now and it is working for you, you just keep doing it, right? I'm just sharing with you what has certainly been working for me. And what I have noticed for sure is that, as I've aged, my needs, both my skincare needs and my makeup needs have changed, which brings me to my tip number 3, which is cream makeup solution. So specifically, this is the Saint 3D cream makeup. I have a tremendously large palette. You don't need a big palette, but this replaces everything in my makeup bag except for my mascara. Right? Most of my clients start out with smaller palette sizes. So for example, this is an 8 size palette and you can 8 different shades within this palette. It replaces all of your makeup. So why cream foundation? Number one, it's incredibly hydrating. Number two, because Saint's cream makeup is so heavily pigmented, it's actually about 2 times more pigmented than traditional foundation, liquid foundation. We actually end up using less. And when we have mature skin, putting layers of makeup on our face only makes us look older. Okay, so the cream itself is hydrating. Less is more, definitely. Number 3, I would say, is the fact that we're putting it on and celebrating our definition by contouring. I know, dare I say contouring. Contouring is scary for many of us, and I'm going to show you how easy this is. So the 3D component of Saint is simply just deepening shadows that already naturally exist. You know what, I should have shown you before I put on my contour. If you look at your face, well, you can do this at home. Go look in a mirror after this. Go look in a mirror after this. And what you will find is we naturally have shadows on our face. Our faces are not one-dimensional. So when you go and put traditional foundation, the same color foundation, all over, whoops, I put on the wrong color. Hold on. This is how easy and forgiving it is. 1 second. When you put one color all over your face, what you end up doing is flattening out those features. So, you know, you're not celebrating that bone structure there. That's better. So I'm using Hazel today. Hazel is my main highlight, this shade right here. Typically when I color match you, I match you to one main highlight shade and one accent highlight. So your main highlight, consider that like your main foundation shade. It's the shade closest to your skin tone, okay? So let me just see. There we go. So that is my main highlight shade. I'm going to take my accent highlight, which is typically a few shades lighter, and I'm just putting it down the center of my face to add a little bit of brightness, and then around my eyes. Here is a really important tip for those of us with maturing skin. You know, when we've seen makeup tutorials of putting a big V of lighter concealer or accent highlight underneath our eyes, if we do that and put too much product around our eyes, we are undoubtedly going to get settling, regardless of what makeup you are using. So I prefer to put my accent highlight, my lighter shade, on the inner corner, outer corner, and I leave this part empty. And when I blend it, I blend the inner, outer, and then I just take whatever is left on that brush to come down here. That will help to prevent any settling into fine lines or wrinkles. So I'm going to do all of this. Now, if I wasn't doing this with you guys, I would probably blend it out at this point, but I'm going to show you as far as placement, you know, some bronzer I cannot live without. And if you have mature skin and you have never used cream bronzer, it is going to help to warm up. I like to pop it here and here. It is going to help to warm up your face and warm up your skin. You know, when our skin gets a little bit dull as we age, I hear it. I get it. I'm here for it. I'm here for fixing that. And I'm just going to put in my lip and cheek. This is called Nude. So these are some of my favorite lip and cheek colors. You can mix and match all you want. All right. And then at the end, I'll just dab in different lip and cheek colors. So I'm going to start by blending out my contour. Here's a tip for you. Do I have it with me? Number one, I do hear from some women where they say, Erin, I'm struggling a little bit with blending. So 2 important things. Number one, ensure that your skin is very well hydrated before you apply your makeup. And then number 2, I like to take my setting spray and I'll spray my setting spray onto my face. And that helps a couple of things. Number one, it helps with blending, but it will also help to set my makeup so it stays looking beautiful all day. So one thing that you'll notice is that I am taking the product and stippling it, not so much along my jawline. Hold on 1 second. So I'm just running it along my jawline and then sort of pulling it down. You don't want a harsh line. You're just simply deepening the shadows that already exist. Thank you for teaching about makeup, skincare, and wigs. Need more about makeup palette and eyebrow color and what else you use. Sending peace and joy. Aw, thank you, Christine. Christine, drop the word skin in the comments and I will send you my 3 tips that I'm sharing today, including a link for a free custom color match. So that's part of what I do and help women with, is picking the correct shades for their own 3D cream mature makeup palette. Because if you go to choose your own, I guarantee you're going to pick them too light, because they look darker online than they look after they're blended out on our face. So do take advantage of that free custom color match. It is not automated, ladies. I do that all myself, okay? So here's another tip for makeup application if you have maturing skin, is to stipple the product into your skin versus dragging it all around. That is the other reason why all of these colors don't blend together into a muddy mess. You can go from lightest to darkest. You can choose to go darker to lighter. It really depends on whatever you prefer. But tapping and stippling the product into your skin, if you have mature skin, is going to give you a much better finish than dragging any product around, okay? And although you see me with multiple shades on and different colors on my face, I am actually using less makeup than the traditional woman would that is applying liquid foundation, bronzer, blush, all the things, okay? So I personally do not like the feeling of heavy makeup. It's never felt good to me. It has to feel light. It has to be fast. It has to give me a glowy, radiant finish. And I have found all of that with my Saint 3D cream makeup. Okay. What other questions do you have, ladies? Drop them in the comments. Anything. Wigs, makeup, hair. What do you use to take away shine after applying the makeup? So Christine, if you don't like a glowy look, sorry, I don't have it here with me, pick up Saint's Vanilla Dust Setting Powder. It's amazing because it's so finely milled that it will not settle into lines, okay? So Saint's Vanilla Dust Setting Powder, pop that, add that into your palette. If you guys are new, these palettes, you don't have to, when you're done, you don't have to replace your whole palette. These are magnetic tins, and these tins, like one of these tins will last me between 2 to 4 months. And you saw how small they are? I have one that's here just sitting on my desk. Do you see how small this is? This is $16 US. This will last you between 2 to 4 months. I thought that was bananas and crazy when I started, and somebody told me that too. I didn't believe them because I'm a bit pessimistic until I've experienced it myself. But what I can tell you is it is absolutely the case. And the reason is because we really are putting the smallest amount on our face. So I am just blending out my accent highlight. Think of that sort of like it's your concealer, replaces your concealer. It's your lighter of your 2 highlight shades. And I put it around my eyes and down the center of my face, okay? So I like to put a little bit of an exclamation mark on my nose with it, like that, right? And by putting some lightness and brightness in the center of your face, it draws somebody's eye that's looking at you to your eyes and to the center of your face, okay? I'm just pushing my eyebrows back up here again. Did I blend out? No, I didn't. Sometimes when I'm talking to you guys, I can't see so well, and there has been many a live where I get off the live and I rewatch it and I'm like, I forgot to blend whole sections of my face. So I hope that you will give me a little bit of grace that talking and doing makeup while looking into my phone isn't the easiest thing in the world. I guess I'm getting a little bit better at it, but And while trying to answer your questions, do you recommend using a brush as opposed to a sponge? Sharon, I love that question. So for blending, I find yes. For blending, I like to use a brush, but I do always have a sponge. And this is how I use it. I'm going to go a little bit out of order. Let me just make sure let me look at my mirror here. Just going to make sure I've sort of blended out majority of this before I show you that, because I do have some filming to do after this. So if I don't have to redo anything, that would be amazing. Killing multiple birds with one stone. No offense to the birds. So the sponge, I take that same setting spray that I sprayed on my face before I went to blend, and then just spray it on this is a damp beauty blender. Okay, it's not dry. You want it to be damp, but barely damp. Like what I do is I run it under the water, squeeze it, take it out of the water, wring all the water out. And in fact, I take a towel and wrap it around the Perfector sponge just so that it's barely damp. And then I take the Perfector sponge, spray it with the setting spray, and then I bounce it all over my face, paying particular attention to the areas of our face where we have the most movement, right? So I have a very expressive face, despite the fact that I get Botox regularly. But I have a very expressive face, especially down here. So those are the areas where I concentrate on, and I use the smaller pointed end of this sponge just around my eyes. So the answer to your question is I use both. I prefer to blend with a brush, and then I finish with this, okay? What other questions? I'm 63 and my mind is younger than my skin. I love the glow, just not the shine. Christine, so perfect. There is a balance, right? There's a balance, and everybody has their own preference. The nice thing is you can achieve whatever it is you're looking to achieve with this makeup solution. So if you want to temper some of that shine, just add vanilla dust setting powder into your palette. I've never did contouring. You make it look easy, but how many brushes are you using? Okay, so I can use one brush. That's the answer. So this is Saint's 3D double-ended brush. All of our brushes are double-ended. So when you look at them, think of it, you're getting two brushes in one. So I can do my makeup all with one brush. I personally, I have all of them because I'm a Saint artist, right? So, but if I was to recommend the two that I would start with, and these are the two I personally started out with, because I started out as a Saint client before I became a Saint artist. And the two that I was recommended to get, and therefore I recommend my clients get, are these two. Okay, so this is the blush and the bronzer brush. This is the smaller end that I use to tap out my main highlights. This big end, let me show you. The big end, I like to dip into my contour now, or not contour, bronzer and illuminator. Now I've already put a little bit of bronzer on, so I just want to go light with this. I like using the fluffy end of this blush and bronzer brush to circle on and put on some bronzer and some illuminator. So think about bronzer going in the high points of your face or wherever the sun would naturally kiss you. So if you think of it sort of like a C, like this, right? Along the top of my forehead, on my cheeks, and you could take it down your neck as well, right? So it's sort of like a backwards 3. You could put bronzer on your nose with this brush, on your chin. So this is brush number 1. The second brush is the detail brush. So you may have seen me. I use this end for blending out my contour, and I use this smaller end for my accent highlights. I like it because of this smaller end can get into the smaller points of my face. Okay, great question. What other questions do you guys have? Thank you very much. I'm not reading that out loud. Hi from Portugal. How are you? Okay. So, maybe I will. If you guys want to stay on, I'll show you. I mean, My eyeshadow is all in here as well. I personally love keeping my eyeshadow looks super simple. So what should we do? I had not planned on doing this. So I'm going to go into Chai, this one here. This is a really beautiful neutral color. This is Chai. And you get more tips from me today. If you have hooded eyes, okay, so that is when you open your eyes, let me back up. It's when the skin here is falling down closer to your lash line, right? And for many of us with hooded eyes, when we go to apply eyeshadow and we put eyeshadow right in the crease, which is typically right here, and then we open our eyes, the eyeshadow just disappears. So here's a trick for you. When you are placing your eyeshadow, place it above your natural crease, because that way when your eye is open, you can still see that shade. So this is just Chai. I love Chai all on its own. If you want a super simple eyeshadow look, and you like to keep it as simple as I do, Chai is really beautiful. Chai is great as a base shade for other combinations as well. So whether you like a really simple eyeshadow or if you prefer a more dramatic eyeshadow look, Chai is a great addition to your palette, okay? I'm just going to keep it super simple. I'm just focusing some of that color above my natural crease. And then I switch over to this end of the brush, the smaller end. I don't use eyeliner a lot. Instead, I like to take my eyeshadow and use that as a way to create a shadow and some definition around my eyes. I find that using a harsh line is aging to me, just personally, but to each their own, right? So that's Chai that I used. Let me go to Riviera. This is Riviera here. This is, I guess some people feel, is this Riviera? Let me just double check. I'm sure it is. No, it's not. That's why I was questioning myself. This is Crush, okay? So that is Crush. These are my demi corrector shades at the top, if anybody's wondering. So this is Crush. It is a shimmer shade, as you can see. I like putting on shimmer just with my finger, and I'm going to put it in the center of my eyeball and tap it out. Whenever you're applying shimmer, it's easier to do it with your finger and you have more control over it, okay, than putting it on with a brush. So then what I would do is I would just take that fluffy end of the eyeshadow brush and just sweep those bristles or the brush over that line so you don't have a harsh line, and just blend it out. I mean, that is a super easy, natural eyeshadow look. My eyes are deep set, they're not hooded, and have a problem with trying to bring. There's a dark section that brings that out. Judy, can you do me a favor? I'm not sure I'm 100% getting what you're saying there. So can you send me a DM? Send me a DM and I will absolutely help you out. Okay. As far as my eyebrows, I do use Saint's Brow Wax. It helps to keep the hairs in the direction. I have not put that on today. But if you want to fill in your brows, you can always use your contour shade. I don't have the contour shade here that I normally use. 1 second. Should I do it anyways? I'm going to do it anyways. All right. This is not the contour shade that I normally use to fill in my brows, but I just take Saint's line brush. We'll see how this color looks. This is Cedar that I'm using. I normally use Astoria to fill in my brows. Oh, it looks okay. Let's see, hold on, I'm just dipping into it. So I just take that beveled end of that brush to fill in my brows. So this is Cedar. It's probably a little bit too warm, ladies. Like Astoria is cooler, which would probably be a better contour to fill in my brows. But you could also fill them in with eyeshadow as well. Using that same line brush, do the same thing. I'm going to look in my mirror instead of the phone. It's a little bit easier. So what I like about this brush is you've got that beveled end on the one side, And then you've got the spoolie brush on the other to tame the brows after you're done. So if you guys are just jumping on, welcome. Happy Saturday. We are talking about tips for radiant, youthful, glowy skin in mature life. And if you want any of the tips because you've missed it, just simply drop the word skin in the comments below. And ladies, I'm going to talk more about this. Stay tuned because I'm going to be sharing the eyelash growth serum that I've been using. If you've been here for a minute, you know that I was wearing for the longest time fake eyelashes. And I still have them. I wear them from time to time. But frankly, I was getting a little bit sick of it. So I tried out this lash serum. Here's the truth. I tried it out about a year ago. And I was not consistent with it at all. I wasn't consistent with it at all. And it didn't work, right? But then I saw one of my girlfriends and she had been trying it. She had been using it and it looked so beautiful. It worked so beautifully for her that I'm like, okay, I need to give this another shot. So I did. I kept it right beside my toothbrush. I use it every single night. So stay tuned. I'll probably post something tomorrow about it. And it has made a huge difference to my eyebrow or my eyelashes. I did get them tinted. That is a tip that I would definitely do again because my eyelashes are so fair. Normally that the tinting helps, but the length of them has grown incredibly since using the lash serum. And I don't feel the need to use my fake eyelashes anymore, which is amazing. I'm just doing mascara, and watching me do mascara, I'm sure is as fun as watching paint dry. I don't spend a lot of money on my mascara. Frankly, I don't find that I need to. So there we go. Are you guys team our mascara on the bottom or no? I like both. Like there are many days where I would just go with my mascara on the top. And then if I do apply it on the bottom, I prefer to go light and natural on the bottom. So let's just see. Again, I don't normally put my mascara on during a live because I think it's boring. Sorry, guys. Okay. So stay tuned tomorrow. I think tomorrow, or if you guys have to get your hands on this eyelash serum that I've been using, just send me a DM and I'll send you my code and the link. Because it has definitely been working. I was looking at some old pictures. Do you guys remember when Jay and I, my husband and I, went to Barbados? What was that, January? It was when I got back from Barbados in January where I decided I was going to start using the lash growth serum again, and it works. So, thank you for the tips. Oh, you're very welcome. You know what? I love lives because I love being able to connect with you guys and talk with you guys live. Yes, on the bottom lightly and more on the outer corners. So I like doing that too, more on the outer corners. Where I am still, I've had more growth with my new growth serum, like in this section of my eyes here. These ones are a little bit shorter. So it's possible that I'm not putting enough of the growth serum on the outer corner. It may not be doing that. But anyways, yes, I like adding mascara more on the ends and then lifting up and doing sort of that, wiggle and close your eyes. Wiggle and close your eyes. All right. You're welcome for the tips. Okay, everyone. Well, listen, I hope that this helped. So today we talked about 3 tips. Number 1, dermaplaning. Number 2, investing in a really good skincare system that is working for you. If you want to know what's working for me, just comment the word skin. I will send you my skincare guide. I'll make recommendations based on your inputs. And if you want a free custom color match to my Saint 3D Cream makeup, comment skin below. You fill out my form, you send me a makeup-free selfie. Don't worry, it doesn't go anywhere other than you and I. And I do all of those recommendations for you. It is not automated. I'm doing all of those for you. Those are custom recommendations to make sure that we get the shades perfect for you and your beautiful skin. Okay? Anyways, have a great Saturday, everybody.